Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, it is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. And welcome to any new subscribers, okay? Very happy to have you, my love. Welcome to the family. So this is a Arcturian reading, okay? So my notes that I got was dragonfly, squirrel, and grapes, but I have to do the overall energy first because those are my directions. But at the bottom of this deck, we got fulfill your cosmic destiny as a cosmic change maker, baby. This is exactly what's going on with you, okay? You're seeing through the perfectly purple lenses of your galactic destiny, meaning you're really using your crown and your third eye chakra to properly discern any and every situation that you're going through at this time, and this is something that's always been encoded in your DNA. I think you really are next level, my love. But what's the overall energy? Ooh, so we got, how can this be a wonderful win? Okay, so you're about to win, but I feel like they about to tell you about something you need to work on, okay? This is the number 16, that card. So you could be a life path number 1 or 6 or 7 or 2, 11 or 3, okay? This says enter one step forward and one step onward and bloom where you're planted, okay? So that's what the how can this be a wonderful win is about, I think. We got the 12th house at the bottom of this start at this deck with spirituality and art, okay? So I just feel like you need to work with what it is that you have, okay? Like, you truly do have everything that you need. And if you don't, then there's just changes and tweaks that are still going on with your energy. Lots of healing that's still happening. So continue to take these steps that you've been taking. It says you don't need to see the full path on this card, okay? So you don't need to see the full path. You just need to take the steps that you can take when you can take them. And that's how you really truly bloom where you're planted. And don't put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect or to feel like you're not doing things the way that you're meant to do them, because you're doing such a great job. Like I said, the dragonfly is the first note, and that really gives me this beautiful energy of transformation. I think the dragonfly be in like 3 different stages in its life, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 3 or 2. And also the dragonfly has 4 wings, okay? Very good at flying. We got trust the universe right here with this full moon. First quarter moon in Aquarius. So there's a need for you to have this trust, really trust these impressions that you're getting through your crown chakra and stuff like that. And also it looks like she's in a field of lavender, so more of that relaxed type of energy. We got work through your feelings right here at the bottom of the deck, and attend to details under that. So that's what I was saying, have trust in your cosmic family, or, in the divine, whatever energies, that you work with, and just have that trust that these things are going to work out properly for you. At the end of the day, this is all an attempt to get you to know your full worth so that you can unleash your kindest self into the world. You could have recently had some sort of like reality check or something like that. Maybe you're receiving a lot of information from spirit and things like that, and it can be a little bit heavy. So make sure that you try to stay open to change. Okay, so we got 2 Capricorns, we got a Taurus, we got Virgo, and we got Aries, and we got Aquarius energy. Okay, so you could be any of those or have those highly aspected, or, those could be some energies that you got this reality check about. But I think the more that you have this trust in your journey and in yourself and where you're going, and the more embracing of change you are, the better and easier it is for you to choose your path, choose the direction that you want to go in, and to unlock as much magic from within yourself as you can. But it's very important that you stay rooted and grounded, and try to enjoy that journey. It says enjoy success and happiness. And so this even gives me this idea of you rethinking what you consider success. Like, are you a success right now? As far as I'm concerned, baby, you're a success, because you've healed so many different things within yourself successfully. So you just have to have that trust that that same energy that got you here to this point is going to carry you through to the much bigger successes that you want to see in life. But they're not going to bring these types of things in. It's almost like I'm hearing can't, it's almost like they can't bring that energy in until you meet certain like mile markers within yourself emotionally, and until you get to a place where you're rooting and grounding the proper light that you are meant to ground with your energy, Not to say you're not already doing it, because I think every stage of your journey, you have a little bit of a different kind of light that you bring into this energy, but you're transforming to this much more beautiful and powerful and higher type of energy. So you have to really have the trust that this is going to lead to a wonderful place, even if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling like things aren't necessarily working or going for you how you want them to go. Ooh, I like this channel. All right. What else, my loves? I seen stargazer. You could be doing some stargazing lately. Okay, you could be someone who really likes the winter time, And I think maybe even in the winter time, because we get so much more time like inside, that might be a time where you take care of yourself a lot much more than you do than maybe in the summer, when we're running around and we're doing a lot of things. So it's very important that you just take care of your needs. When you're taken care of, everybody around you is taken care of, okay? They might not realize it. They might disagree and feel like, you don't take care of nothing, but your energy is very high and you really do take care of everyone that you come into contact with, So it's very important that you always refill your own cup and make sure you're doing things the right way for you. We got mirror guardian will take time to reflect. So maybe there could be even some things that you need to reflect over. Maybe there's some sort of passion that you could have had in the past that it's time for you to revisit, that you were meant to do, We got dream and journey with this drum energy. You could really like drums. You could need to listen to some drums. You could play the drums. But I think that you're just could be someone who has really very powerful dreams that gives you lots of tips and hints about your path. Okay, under that. Your dreams give you a lot of hints and things like that. And dreams can't always be just taken for face value. You have to get investigative. You have to figure out, what does this mean? Well, what does it mean if I see a red car? What does it mean, if I see a person? What are you and the person doing? You know what I'm saying? Where did y'all go? What colors was y'all wearing? Get as detailed as possible about your dreams, and I guarantee you, baby, there is an answer for every single one of those little details when you Google what does it mean when I dream about this. I Googled the craziest stuff. I'm hearing poop. Okay, I had a dream that there was poop all over me. You could have had a dream like that, but to see poop in a dream actually talks about abundance. It talks about good things coming into your life. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you would think to have poop all over you would be a bad thing, but it's actually something that's very positive. And sometimes the things that seem so good in a dream can point to like certain emotional issues and things that you need to heal within yourself still. So that's why it's important to just look into it and don't take it for what you think it means, because sometimes it's like this whole crazy story. You're like, oh my gosh, like so many different things happen. And it's like those kind of dreams really catch your attention. They really feel extra weird for a reason, because you're meant to look into it and find out more about it and what it is, that God or spirit or your cosmic guides are really trying to tell you at that time, and all those energies are one and the same, for the record, So I parted the deck on Medicine Mother, which says honor your inner knowing, really trust yourself. I think with this time to reflect, you could need to reflect over like all the different times where you actually trusted yourself and things turned out for the better. I think there's a need for you to remind yourself of how many times you got pulled out of the issues and pulled out of the worries and pulled out of the stress, okay? Just remember that it always happens. It might happen like, at the very last minute, but it happens when it needs to happen. Yeah, okay. I might be late, but I'm always on time type shit. So really have that trust and that kind of I don't know, attitude, I want to say. Uh Okay, so it says take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Okay, recognize your gifts. It says angels accept you just the way you are, even when you are going through a challenging time. They still hold you in the highest esteem. The mirror guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. That's beautiful. Okay, it says. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are, in fact, what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strength, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well, So gorgeous. Gorgeous confirmation. Okay, so when I looked up the dragonfly, it represented change, and it was talking about self realization and change that comes from mental and emotional maturity. But I wrote security, okay, on accident. Well, accidentally on purpose as far as they're concerned, okay? So I think you crave this mental and emotional security from others, though. But I think that you're coming into this place of self realization, and you could be having a little bit of a hard time getting there. You know what I mean? Not that it's like disrupting your life or anything too serious, but I think it could be like, Two of Pentacles type of energy. Like maybe you're still juggling between two sorts of things, but I think it's just because it's being integrated at this time to get you to more of this yin yang place. And then we got this seventh chakra with Archangel Uriel. So you could definitely work with Archangel Uriel at this time to bring more balance into yourself, to help you to do these reflections, to help you to bring up the most positive things about yourself that you need to see, to help you to recall these challenges that you have surmounted, so that you can stop feeling so tied up. You know what I mean? And then we got the woman holding the coin under that, which talks about that worth again. This appreciation for your worth is going to increase your intuition, okay? And also it's going to make very clear, like give you a different outlook on deceit and how, deceitful people really do work, and like just a better understanding of things altogether. I think it'll be a wonderful win. The Arcturians are offering you a beautiful healing opportunity. They're saying, work with us. That's what I heard. Work with us. You could be having some financial constraints at this time, and you could be feeling like you're totally doing something wrong, but I think you're just like recalibrating your energy and rebalancing. It said still under change, connection to nature. No, it was connection to nature, my bad. Connection to nature and the ability to see the true nature of situations, like I said, with the deceit. Then it represented the dragonfly represented wisdom and resilience. And I put adaptation, also you're coming into this energy where it's going to be much easier for you to adapt to situations. We got joy and rebirth, which is a sign of good harvest in the Japanese culture. We got swiftness and activity, so lots of swift activity coming into your life, and under that one it said, in one Native American myth, a coyote tricked a dragon into shape shifting into a dragonfly, and once it did, it couldn't change back. So this energy of like, don't let anyone try to convince you that you're a dragonfly when you're really a whole fucking dragon out here, baby. You know what I'm saying? I heard like, a fire dragon, like, because of the beautiful holy fire that burns within you, okay? Don't let anyone like make you feel small, and don't make yourself feel small. You could have a habit of making yourself feel small, or maybe this is some habit that you've had in the past that you're currently healing from, and that's why they're telling you to give yourself credit. So next, the dragonfly represented protection, and it said, in Celtic folklore, dragonflies are known as the adder's servant and are said to protect injured poisonous snakes by stitching their wounds. So also this energy of you not wasting your energy out here trying to stitch up these injured poisonous snakes, because these are self-inflicted wounds. So now's the time for you to just really trust in yourself. And it's like, every time you stitch up these poisonous snakes that are, getting wounded by themselves, they're just turning around and biting you and not even giving a thanks. So be very aware of that, and know that like, it's not a selfish thing or negative thing for you to be like, no, I don't fuck with you. That's healthy. That's called self-preservation. Okay, self-preservation is the key. Because if your cup is not full, you cannot overflow that cup to any other cup in the world. And that's really our true job as light workers, as these beautiful star seeds and beings who, are here at a soul level. You really know why you're here. So continue to follow those nudges of your soul. So next was the squirrel, which talks about resourcefulness, adaptability, playfulness, and organization. Like I said, coming into this place where you're able to adapt to many different things, but in a more resourceful and playful type of way. And also in a place where your thoughts are much more organized than they may have been prior. So it says, be vigilant and watchful, because we can never know what lies ahead of us. And that's what it said. It said, it said, you don't need to see the full path. You might feel like, oh, forget it, I don't see nothing happening, you know what I mean? And then now you ain't being vigilant and watchful and really paying attention to it, because you're having a bit of a temper tantrum, and you're kind of just tired of the journey, and you really don't want to think about none of that type of stuff right now, you know what I mean? But they're saying that constant connection, that trust, and that belief that you're being prepared for what is important, and having the foresight, even though you can't see the path, is the most powerful thing that you could really do for yourself. So next was grapes, okay, which talks about power and divinity. It says life and health, hospitality, sacrifice, celebration, and indulgence. It also talks about prosperity and abundance, grapes. So just know, like, you really truly do hold this power and divinity. You were meant to live a long life of healthy love and happy celebrations, okay? And know that it's okay for you to indulge. You don't always have to be in hospitality mode and always sacrificing yourself just to get ahead. It's okay to enjoy and embrace the prosperity and abundance, and also to embrace and like let your wealth shine on the outside of you. Don't dim your light and feel like that's going to make any situation better. You know what I mean? You might be someone who goes into situations, with people full well don't like you or don't appreciate you. And you might try to dim a little bit because maybe you're a team player, or you're just a nice person. You don't want that tension. Like, you're so empathic, you can feel everything. So you'll dim just to make everyone else happy. But the Arcturians are saying their happiness is not your concern. And when you dim your light, you're taking away from yourself. You're people pleasing. Okay, so don't do it. So I channeled about grapes, preservation. Okay, this is the things that, what was coming to mind. Okay, preservation, harvest, and transforming your ideas into new and more lucrative versions of themselves. I wrote that with wine in mind, because I do have this other deck, and it has a grape stomping card in it, and it talks about, being willing to destroy whatever it is that you have built or take the time to grow in order to, like transform that thing into something new, which is what they pretty much do with grapes, turning the grapes to wine. But I also wrote, it could also represent keeping it simple, because not everyone likes wine, okay? Some people prefer grapes just as they are. So also not this pressure to like transform whatever it is that you do into something new just to please other people. Create whatever it is that you love because you love it, and don't really worry too much about what other people think, because it's going to attract the people who think on your same vibration, and they're going to love that shit just the way that it is, And also being responsible enough to use your discernment and figure out which one of those things are right for you. You know what I mean? Because it's perfectly fine to take that idea and transform it into something different, and it may be more lucrative, but sometimes it's better to just keep it simple, and that it all depends on you and how you work and which way matches your personality and will not feel like so much on your shoulders. I just love the way they're talking to us. What else? That's the end of the notes. So let's talk about how can this be a wonderful win. I seen career and success while I was shuffling. So we got Chiron with inner healing, okay? So your inner healing is literally the thing that brings in the wonderful wins in your life, hands down, altogether. When you make certain realizations and have certain epiphanies and figure out the important things about yourself and how to work with yourself properly, that's when you really start to see a change and, in momentum. So constantly be aware of that and of yourself, and have the trust when spirit tells you, okay, it's time for you to reflect. We got Leo with the extrovert. You could be very extroverted. Really, I'm getting like a mixture of the two. That introvert, it's called something else, but, a mixture of introvert and extrovert, where you're just sometimes very social and sometimes just really to yourself, super hermit mode. And they're saying like respect those times, like respect yourself and your energy and where it tells you that it wants to be at, because those are the energies that are the best for you and where you should be at. How can this be a wonderful win? It says south node of the moon with old karma. I feel like also because you haven't taken the time to reflect over the things that you have overcome, there could be certain things you feel you're still paying karma for or whatever, but you just need to do that reflection and see that you really came into your essence and your personality because of those certain types of things, So almost this energy of you not only not forgiving yourself for making certain actions or certain decisions, but you not recognizing how much of a star you were in those situations and how much you really did have an effect on the way that it went and how things ended up playing out for the best for you. I heard like even if you're in jail, okay, jail could have saved your life. All right. Look, we got Libra with the beautiful minded. I feel like this is what it was all about, you coming into this beautiful place of balance. And you wouldn't have been able to do that if you didn't make the choices that you made. So big, don't regret your choices energy, because it's so much, okay, iceberg energy is so much bigger and deeper than it looks when it comes to you and your journey and the things that you do and the people that you interact with. So never discount the things that you do or the things that you've been through, okay? because it was all important and necessary to you and the makeup of you. Okay, we got feelings and subconscious. Okay, all very important to you clearing out your subconscious, or maybe even you needing to do a little bit more work subconsciously now. That will be a wonderful win for you. Clearing out this old energy and getting yourself to that place where your mind is just quiet, you know. I really loved that. Like, that's one of my favorite things about this journey. My head used to always be nonstop, you know. Now it's like every once in a while, you know, when I'm overwhelmed with my emotions and there's things that I need to look at, but I'm just not really catching what Spirit's saying because I'm too busy trying to do this. So that's significant, you know. But like, for the most part, my mind is very clear, and I really love that. Not always overthinking or having to have an issue, okay? You could do something that involves the community and technology in some sort of way. And I feel like if you do, you know, that's a really good move for you. Or if you don't, you could be being called to do that. Let me tell you about this real quick, because I'm curious, which means I need to look at it. The 11th house. It represents friends, community, visions, progress, networks, humanitarian goals, futuristic thinking, political associations, teamwork, and cooperation. It says trend, spirit of the times, computer, technology, internet, future, community, friendship, team spirit, emancipation, clubs, and social networks. Okay. So you could be someone who's meant to create your own social network or some sort of like spiritual club, but not a cult. Okay. And I feel like when it comes to this energy of emancipation, you know, you really are a team player. You really do have this beautiful energy, and you're kind of like a visionary, okay? Really meant to unlock and free up the energies of other people, like in a flawless way, is what I heard. Like, you're so good, okay? You're so good at whatever it is that you do, even if it doesn't involve, you know, other people. You're very great at it. And, you know, there's this energy of like, don't stop whatever it is that you're doing. You could just be feeling a little bit discouraged because of the, you know, this subconscious energy. And it really can have a toll on you. And that's funny because I was looking at my face like, oh my gosh, my skin's so clear today. Like, what's up? You know, but yesterday I did shadow work, you know, and I said, so subconscious stress was giving me acne, and Spirit was like, yeah. Okay, so that's another thing too, you know. Look out for the signs within yourself, you know. Look at the symptoms of what happens with your body when you're stressed, because you could be experiencing your stress symptoms but not experiencing the actual stress at the front of your mind, really wondering like, what the heck is up with my skin, like, why do I, you know. And so pay attention to yourself, to the little cues and nudges that your body naturally gives you when it's stressed, because these are signs that you could be dealing with subconscious stress that you're not even really aware of. And it just takes a little bit of time of you reflecting, you know, and having that trust that you're going to receive the proper answers. We got the Cancer with the caring, taking that time to give yourself that care that you need at this time. Yeah, we got love and beauty at the bottom of the deck, you know, like, you are love and beauty, baby. But you gotta always make sure that you're on top of your spiritual upkeep and taking care of yourself, so that whatever you do with the community and this technology, you know, so that that big, beautiful mind of yours can be working at its best. Because at your best, you are love. You're a positive, motivating force within my life. And should you ever feel the need to wonder why, what's inner healing and trust the universe? We got the King of Cloaks or the King of Wands, you know. Like, your inner healing is what makes you this beautiful spiritual leader, you know. This is what makes you like a boss, is what I really heard. So you just have to really trust in that, and just know that this vulnerability or these things that you've been feeling and experiencing are not things that you're feeling and experiencing for no reason. And you just have to take it one step at a time, and it's all going to make sense for you in the end. or in the very near future, because it don't stop. Okay, no, trust in the universe and the extrovert. We got the page of cloaks. I feel like when it comes time to be extroverted, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like maybe the extroverted side of you could be a little bit new, like you could be just now coming out of your shell with this Cancer energy. And I think it was a lot of like old things and subconscious things that kind of made you feel like you didn't really like people or want to be around people. But I think this might be something very new for you that you're finding yourself really enjoying. And I think the way that it showed up as the page of cloaks just gives me this energy of like, this is something that's really expanding in you to get you to this place where you're ready to do this, community and technology work. So just keep caring for yourself. But also, that Leo energy is that sunny energy. And there could definitely be some like spiritually immature people around you who could be trying to keep you out of that extroverted type of energy. Let me get another one for the extrovert, the page of cloaks and trust the universe. Yeah, the five of cloaks or the five of wands, okay? So definitely some spiritually immature trying to create some sort of conflict with you. But I don't think that that's definitely not nothing that you need to worry about. Okay, you don't have to worry about that at all. What's a south node of the moon with this old karma and trust the universe? We got page of starships, okay, or the page of cups. So I think, okay, we got judgment and we got the knight of batless. So I think when it comes to, okay, and we got justice. So definitely about these, emotionally immature people trying to create conflict. Like they're under judgment and their judgment is coming in a lot swifter than you think it is. But nothing speeds up the judgment of others like the healing of you. Like recognizing that your justice at the end of the day is not the judgment of them, but the freeing of your energy of them and the growth that comes with that. And I think that this is a realization that you're coming to, and it's helping you to clear up your mind in a beautiful way. But just know that, like, this subconscious work, this shadow work, it's an intuitive thing. And sometimes you just want to chip at it a little bit at a time. That's like the safest and most secure way for you to not experience like emotional burnout or have this energy where you find yourself going backwards. What's the beautiful minded and the trust the universe? The five of pentacles or the five of latinum. Like it's like maybe making your mind like seeing the beauty of you coming out of the cold. Okay, so more of this taking time to reflect type of energy. The more you reflect, the more you heal these feelings that you may be experiencing with your subconscious. I think you're coming to this place where you're going to start seeing more beauty in everything. Really seeing and feeling like you came out of the cold. I feel like you could definitely be awaiting this judgment for the people around you in a major way. Just because you feel like you need that validation, but you really don't. Like it said, you don't need to see the full path or to see everything go on just to know that it's being handled. If you really have that trust, in your cosmic guides or, in the divine altogether, then you have that trust and that belief that God's going to handle it at the end of the day. What's feelings and subconscious and trust in the universe? Okay, we got death. So this energy of you just embracing the new beginning, on this death card, she looks so worried. Like she looks so worried, like she's on the lookout. And I think that this energy comes from the old happenings of the past. And maybe you could even still be around people. But I feel like when you embrace the death completely, like it's like you just need to spend some time in hermit, and really embrace this energy. Yeah, the Four of Swords, so that you can get this peace of mind. Like there's some fear that you may need to drop when it comes to where you're going in the future and how you're like looking at your journey. Like it's time for you to shift your view on your story and the way that you tell it and the way that you think about it and the way that you appreciate it and the way that you feel it, because it's so much more epic and important than you're giving it credit for. You're so much more successful than you think you are. Let's trust the universe and community and technology. The Queen of Cloaks in reverse, okay? So there's definitely um an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be significant, okay? With this Queen of Wands in reverse energy. This energy, boy, I don't care who I'm channeling, it's gonna come out. But this is a very negative energy. They could be trying to hold you back on what you're trying to do with the community and with the technology, okay? With the Two of Cloaks, I feel like that's really the wrong decision, and they can never be successful because you make the right choices and decisions in whatever it is that your career field is. You're meant to touch a lot of people, and no one can stop that. Let me get another one for that. We got the Ace of Cups, okay? Or the Ace of Starships, like I said. Baby, no one can stop your cup from overflowing. So like really don't even let that be a thing that bothers you or gets to you. Yes, accept spirit's messages and warnings and things like that, but just try not to dwell. Say a few words of prayer and try to give it up, you know. What's the caring and trust the universe? Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you've been putting in a lot of hard work, or some Cancer could have been putting in a lot of hard work. It could be a Cancer, a Libra, a Leo, and this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Oh, well, I guess that's double Leo, so that's significant. But they're heartbroken, okay? Because they put in a lot of work to try to stop you from having this big, beautiful, passionate new beginning, you know? I feel like they tried all the manipulative tactics that they could do, but you still come out fertile. You still come out looking like a boss, like I heard earlier, because of these beautiful choices and decisions that you make for your life. You have answered the call, and no one can turn it off. So you need to have confidence in that, in yourself, in your journey, and in the way that you're walking, baby, because you're doing it, okay? You're doing it just fine. I seen storm warning, okay? So there's definitely a storm coming to a town near you, okay? What's inner healing, the King of Cloaks and the Mirror Guardian? Carrying connections, okay? So I feel like you're making much deeper and carrying connections with this new leadership role that you're going into, okay? And it's going to be something that turns out to be extremely beautiful for you. Okay, we got a man holding a coin. That's what I'm saying. And also, I feel like this is something that the people outside of you are aware of, okay? So that's why, you know, this conflict, Page of Wands type of energy here. But you always going to end up holding that coin. You already holding the coin. You are the damn coin, okay? What's this crazy pile here? We got the garden and the gate, you know. I feel like people go through a lot of things to try to make you feel stuck. But at the end of the day, you really know what it is. You know where you're going and which way you're meant to be walking. So just really trust in that and don't worry about it, because there's really no such thing as a threat to you. Like they try to be threats, you know. They're annoying because you can feel them watching you and you can feel them being so invested in you, but still acting like they're not. We get that. But don't worry so much, because like I said already, you know, you're so beautiful minded, okay? And you already have stepped in from the cold. Just continue to embrace that and know that your justice is already here. The more you heal, the more justice it is you receive. And that vibration of all of the justice and healing and love and grace you dropping into yourself puts you on the vibration of everything else outside of you that you want. What's the beautiful minded and the Five of Pentacles, okay? The angel of love, baby. That beautiful angelic love energy that you have within yourself, that pays for it all, okay? It's not even in your hands at the end of the day. Like, you know, you just going with emotions. I'm hearing, I guess that's just emotion, okay? Period. It's just emotion. And you learned first in this thing how to go with the flow, okay? And just know that the flow is so important, and it like goes along, like when you're going with the flow, you're in alignment with everything it is that you need, or in alignment with attracting everything it is that you love or see yourself having in the future, you know? We got attachment, and maybe like this is the subconscious thing that it is. Like you could be having a little bit of an issue with detachment, and that's what I was saying about embracing change and embracing this energy of death for peace of mind. So maybe you need to just detach from certain things, certain happenings, or certain situations that went on with you. That's why they're asking you to reflect, so that you could detach from those situations with a positive outlook on them and a better attitude about yourself and more confidence. Okay, what's 11th house? The Ace of Cups. Okay, my brother, can't you see I got the victory? Okay, baby, you finna get this victory no matter what. So there's no need. And also this attachment energy gives me this energy of you detaching from the outcome of it all, you know? Like I feel like you're trying to they showed me somebody skipping to the end of the book, you know what I mean, and reading the last chapter. You know, you're trying to skip to the end of the book and find out what happens, because you're not even trying to enjoy the story, you know what I mean. Like you so worried about what happens at the end that you are starting to forget what happened at the beginning. You know what I mean? So they're saying, like, you know, flip a couple chapters back and read over that again, and try to read it in a more positive and understanding way when it comes to yourself. And you'll feel much more calm and relaxed with that, you know, boosted trust, because you looked over your story properly and you've seen all the different times where you got saved and pulled out of the worst situations. We got the fifth chakra with Archangel Gabriel, which also gives me this energy of not only, well, it gives me the energy of judgment, you know, excuse me, being called on certain people. That's confirmation. But it also gives me this energy of you not being afraid to speak your truth, to express yourself. I think that the expression of you and your story and your energy is very important, you know? So just like I heard, don't lose sight of it. Don't lose sight of that. Like keep your eyes wide open, baby. Because it really does look good on you. You're doing so great. And you're headed into nothing but wonderful wins. Like I said, the victory. We got the door to value right here up under Archangel Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? But it requires that you walk away from certain ways of thinking when it comes to you, and when it comes to your journey, and when it comes to what it is that you deserve or what you consider yourself to be worthy of. But you're going to be successful with this, okay? You're one of the most beautiful and powerful healers of this age, baby. And there's a need for you to embrace and believe that, you know, to hold that kind of heart and love for yourself. And it will make things on the temple path a lot more clearer for you, especially when it comes to hostilities and other things that go on around you. And just don't forget to make that time for rest and rejuvenation, that time for self-love. All right, let me get one more for the Mirror Guardian and the Empress. Okay, we got action. Like I said, one step forward, one step onward. No one can stop your action or your emotion. Your passionate new beginning has already entered your life, you know? And there's a need for you to just trust in that and try not to overthink it with this thinking man energy, you know? You could be thinking about, like, when's the next storm coming? Like I said, with the sun, when are they getting exposed, you know? But maybe they're getting exposed after you have the trust and belief that they will get exposed, you know. Maybe they're getting exposed after you learn the lessons that you were meant to learn, good and bad, when it comes to these people outside of you. Maybe it's not always necessarily the people outside of you, and sometimes it's just something within you that you need to fix in order to access that next step in you know, to access another wonderful win, because you've already won so much by all the energy that you've called back to yourself. And so that's why it's really important. Okay, I'm hearing. So this is why it's really important for you to do that shadow work and to really stay focused, you know, keep your eyes on the light, on the divine, and to really just do what you're called to do when it comes to you and not worry so much about other people. Because it really does speed things up and it becomes something that's a lot more fun and not so taxing, and something that you are constantly having attached to. They're showing me like, they're showing me a ball and chain, okay? So something could be weighing you down just a little bit. But you're doing great, like I said. You're getting this victory and you're making the right actions. So stop second guessing yourself, baby, okay? You got this in the bag. You was made for this. It's the final thought. We got mother, father, healing, okay? So, and it's the number 5. So beautiful. More of that energy of you embracing the changes that are coming in from the divine, knowing that it's all happening for you, and that all you need to do is keep that trust in God and continue to make the right choices. Okay? We got sacred geometrics, okay? And we got the universal heart under that, okay? And we got cosmic unity under that, okay? You are one with the oneness, baby, and you're very aware of it. And I feel like you really do try to uphold that. And so they're saying, we know it can be very disappointing to always still hear all of this bad news. But it's not bad news. It's all good news that you've been hearing, Because when was the truth ever a bad thing? Every truth that you hear is a gift. It is great news, and it should be looked at as such. And you should take that great news that is the truth and figure out what is the most positive way you can do. You can look at that thing. And if you don't want to look at that thing, transmute it. Transmute the parts of it that don't fit or resonate with your energy, and keep what's important, okay? And that's what they're trying to get you to learn here, or trying to get you to embrace, because this ain't something you don't know. It's almost like this is just something you're kind of choosing not to do, maybe out of fear, or sometimes your subconscious like will kind of deflect you detaching from that, because it's just like such a heavy thing, but it will clear up your mind so much. It's kind of weird how we can work sometimes your body is just keeping that buried as a means of protection for you, but the more you emotionally and spiritually mature, the more you become ready to deal with certain things. So just like an explanation as to that. So it says the earth incarnate carries the stories, experiences, and genetics passed down from the experiences of one ancestor to the next. Due to your planet going through such a tumultuous saga in times of past, many earth incarnates have received the work assignments of having to clear many emotions and traumas from ones that walked before them. Although this can feel like a daunting task, every incarnated human has gone through some element of this process, and is often the price of admission for landing on Earth. That's beautifully said, okay? It says the end result, however, is an awakened planet where the healed genetics are passed forward to the next generation for full liftoff. With that said, know that all your inner work is sending ripples to the universe, and we, the Arcturian guides, thank you sincerely for your service. When this card has arrived, know that a particular issue in your life has to do with your ancestry. Now is a great time to look deeper into the current situation, specifically toward your mother or father line, and uncover more on your genetic story. Exploring these aspects of yourself and your ancestors will lead to great levels of revelation to remove outdated cash from your life that will shift any turbulence that once hindered your walk, okay? It says, whichever parent link may come to mind on first thought is probably accurate, and we, your Arcturian guides, are requesting for you to traverse deep into this exploration, knowing that on the other side of ancestral healing rests an awakened planet of free hues. A secondary meaning of this card could represent that your family is healing, and communication with the family member in this moment will serve your evolution. So it says the additional meanings are ancestor healing, mother father clearing, coming together, relief, understanding, clarity, family time, and bloodline. Okay. So that's why it's something that's very important to your ancestry. But like I said already, you'll be very successful with this. And these people on the outside of you could have been trying to like suppress this or block this, but they can't stop you from going within yourself and healing what needs to be healed. And that's the beautiful part of the journey. It says an optional exercise is to go into a meditative state. And once you've entered a place of calm, ask within, is there any unfinished business or healing needed between yourself and this parent or ancestor? Take note of what is revealed and begin to go deep into any insights or visions. Listen to the situation and attempt to guide any wound by engaging in a dialogue with it. Formulate questions and continue to ask and ask until a wisdom based solution of healing is tangibly felt. Have trust and faith in knowing that this process is clearing for the situation to be fully healed. Okay, so I love that. That was perfect. With that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day. Okay, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.